Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and so I'm going to do a controversial video today. Super controversial. I mean, it's going to upset and offend everybody in the world all at the same time. It's going to be just big and horrid, and just so you're wondering. Okay, here's the thing, right? I've been looking at this whole culture war thing. And now, when it comes to things like video games, comics, kind of see a point. To be honest with you, video games and comics have gone downhill in a big way. This is why I read the Spawn universe and the Darkness and Witchblade, stuff like that. It's the stuff that's on the fringes but doesn't really get touched. And as for video games, I'm more happy playing older games, to be honest with you. Borderlands 1 and 2, 3's alright. Pre-sequels, meh. I play retro games, my Super Nintendo, GameCube, so overall, it doesn't really affect me because it's because one, I don't play brand new games, and two, I know what I like and I like what I know. So when it comes to wargaming, and I've been trying to work this out, how does it affect wargaming? Now, we got gatekeepers, we have pros, female Space Marines group, whatever, right? And then I kind of realised it. In wargaming, it literally has no effect. There's nothing either political side could do to ruin wargaming. I know what you're saying. Well, they'll come for it sooner or later. And I've been bashing my little head about this. Okay? And that's because this part of the hobby. Now, I've been trying to work out what the law side is. I don't think the law side is a hobby per se. To me, it's reading books is akin to watching TV or watching movies. It's an interest and it's something to pass the time. But as an actual hobby, not so much. Whereas the hobby itself, building the models, painting, playing, etc., learning the rules, etc. That to me is the hobby. And here's the thing: there is no way I can see then that can be politicised either way. I'm trying to work it out, I really am. Because if you think about it, that part of a hobby is solely individualistic. It is solely based on the person themselves. However they wish to build, convert, or paint their models is their way. And if they play by the rules, they can't be changed because, someone's gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't work. You can't suddenly say, hey, now you're gay, you get a +2 on all your dice rolls. It's like, wait, really? Because one, you can't police that. Really? Can you? Like, go to a tournament, all homosexuals get a +2. How are you going to police that? Oh, yeah, I'm gay, but I'm single. Prove it. Prove what? Prove how I'm gay. Why? Like, how are you going to prove someone's gay? Going to show them some slides of the same sex, in the nude, and see if they get an erection or they get wet, whatever. Like, how are you going to prove homosexuality? And same with colour of skin. If someone's getting, you get +2 for being black, Muslim, whatever, right? Yeah, you can police that, but it's going to look so stupid because no one was going to play those guys because of the extra advantage they get. So they're going to be segregated out solely because they have an unfair advantage, and so they will just be removed from the group because people are like, we're not playing you. You have an unfair advantage due to skin colour. Now I know people can say white privilege, whatever, but you see what I mean. You're going to kick those people. Those people will be removed from the gaming scene because people don't want to play them because they're automatically power gaming. These are, of course, hypotheticals and nothing else. Then I realised what they're trying to stop is the changes in law. Now, law's fine, okay? I read a lot of books. I read a lot of Warhammer books. I read a lot of law. I've got most of, except the old canon of the Warhammer Exodus. I read the one-page rules, the one-page rules law, the conquest law. It's fun, it's interesting, it's enjoyable. But it doesn't add anything to my gaming experience. I know some people go, well, it adds immersion. I just can't work out how. That's just me. I know it's me. And that's it. So wargaming itself cannot be politicised. It cannot be go woke or go far right because of the entire reason is so individual. It's so based on the individual. And that's it. And it's so And now, like I said, I'm trying to work this out. And this is obviously a very serious video, as you can tell. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you don't want people... Like, how are they going to make the rules and the models themselves political? I can't work this out, right? I can't. Because with conversion existing, any bits you don't like, you can remove. The way the rules go, like I said, unless they get some stupid added rules that based on some immutable part of your body or immutable identity part, homosexuality, skin color, gender, exactly. The rules cannot go quote unquote woke. It cannot happen because all you're going to end up doing is alienate those people if you give them an unfair advantage in the game. And I know it sounds kind of bad the way I'm saying it, but I'm just trying to say it as plainly as possible. Whereas, the law, and that's the other part. Like, if you're reading books and you're going, oh, this book's too woke for me, it's like, okay, fine. Don't read it then. But all the books have gone too woke. Like, don't read them then. Why are you just reading, like, this one setting? You can go to a library, they have thousands of books you can choose from and read something completely different. And again, I think it's more or less, this is just my opinion, that these people complaining about the law and saying that wargaming has gone woke, it's because they are so stuck into the law that they say they're part of a hobby, and yes, it is a part of the hobby, don't get me wrong. But when people say that, I'm always thinking like, but how is this affecting the game? How is this affecting the way rules are played? How is it going to affect me painting my models or building my models? How is it going to affect me that way? Because that's the bit that I'm interested in. To me, that is the hobby. So it just boggles my mind. It's like same with video games, right? I never complain about a video game woke. Like, one of my favourite games was actually lauded for having the first lesbian couple in it, and that was back in 2001, and that was Fear Effect 2. Well, technically Fear Effect on the PlayStation, but the actual relationship was more open and out there in Fear Effect 2 Retro Helix, both great survival horror games by Eidos, and well worth playing, by the way, if you ever get a chance. So that's the first thing. But the thing is, all of that side, like whatever gender, sexuality the main character is pointless if the game is banned, and that's the thing. I know a lot of people I'm not saying a lot of people because that's actually very mean of me. I do see quite a bit when you criticise a game because it's actually bad, and they call you racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever, because it happens to have one of those people in it. Okay, or someone like that. It's okay. And that to me is just a straw man, and ignore that person because they're obviously a tit. Okay, them trying to argue quality of something based on some immutable fact of the character, which in almost 99% of cases, like 99% of cases, most people don't care. Okay, and that's it. Half the time, I don't even consider the sexuality of the characters I'm playing. Mind you, I tend to skip a lot of cutscenes. I play games for the game. I don't actually play for a story. Nothing annoys me more when I can't skip a cutscene because skip. But that's the point, right? These wargaming can't actually go woke. Warhammer, the game, can't actually go woke. It cannot. If someone paints them Space Marines or whatever, right? That's their choice. You don't have to like it. You don't even have to tolerate it. You can tell them it sucks. It's up to you how you respond with your opinion. But you cannot stop them. The same way, if you wish to paint any far-right emblem on yours, no one can stop you. Now, I understand in some tournaments people might not like it, and fair enough, but I do think that they should sort of say, right, no politics at all, or fine, it's what they painted, and if someone's offended by the miniatures, they should be told to shut up. And that's on both sides of the fence there. They should just be told, like, oh, you find this offensive? Yeah, shut up. Did you paint them? Did you build them? No, shut up. That should be it. And look, I am no fan of the far either side. Like, I walk down the tiptoes, I walk down the tightrope of the centre with my opinion being, please leave me alone. I just want to build my models. And that's it. Build my models and roll dice. And the other part is that you get to choose who you play with as well. It's not like you paint your models, you build your models, you play your game, but all of a sudden someone with opposite political opinion comes in and goes, oh, you're playing it wrong, and it's awful, you should be playing it like this, you should be blah, 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 right? You get to choose who you play with. It's not difficult. If you don't like playing with someone, don't. I don't know if I could ever be any more condescending, because I am really trying on this one. Anyway, what are your thoughts? As always, I'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. And don't forget, Wayland Games down below. As always, if you wish to save money on your Wargaming, up to 20% off and free delivery up to £20, add in the points system so you get up to an extra 1% off, which is quite cool actually. I like it. Forbidden Planet, comics, DVDs, mangas, all that really cool stuff, really fun, enjoyable stuff. That's down below as well. There's also my merchandise as well, my comics written and drawn by me. If you want to see Little Red Riding Hood, go some absolute ham on some Lovecraftian cyborg werewolves, or werewolves Lovecraftian cyborgs, I don't know. Big, technically monsters in robot werewolves, okay? That's basically it, okay? And finally, there's Skyforge. Never forget Skyforge, a good friend of mine. Let's get him about that Google algorithm. I do not get paid for that. That is a guy who is my friend and I want to help him out. And finally, Patreon, because business. Bye-bye.